The scent of cooked meat and boiling liquid filled the air. It was a smell that no one should ever have to experience, especially not in a residential home. But for a team of Hong Kong police officers on February 24th, 2023, it was a scent that would lead them to a horrific and shocking discovery. Inside a 3-story house in Tai Po, they found not just a crime scene, but a butchery. The walls were covered in plastic, and instruments of dismemberment were laid out. And in 2 large soup pots, police discovered what they had feared: the remains of a person boiled to the point of disintegration. This was the final tragic chapter of a story that began with a beautiful life, the story of Abby Choi. Abby Choi, a 28-year-old socialite and highly sought-after fashion icon, lived a life many could only dream of, attending events like Paris Fashion Week and appearing in top-tier magazines. Despite her success, she was a loving and humble person, known to her family as their big baby. Although much of her childhood is unknown, she was born into privilege and also built her own net worth of over $12 million. When Abby was 15, she met Alex Kwong, and they married in 2012 when she was 18. While the Kwong family, including Alex, his father Kao, mother Jenny, and brother Anthony, were reportedly thrilled, Abby's friends and family were hesitant, possibly due to the vast financial difference between the families. There were also concerns that Alex might be more interested in her wealth than in her as a person. The Kwong family had a troubled history. Kao Kwong, a former police sergeant, had resigned after being accused of sexually assaulting a female suspect. Additionally, Alex was arrested in 2015 for defrauding people in a non-existent gold scheme and was sued for a portion of the stolen funds. He also jumped bail. His brother Anthony was sued for outstanding debts, and his mother Jenny declared bankruptcy in 2017. These financial troubles painted a clear picture of the family's character. After a 3-year marriage, Abby and Alex divorced in 2015, but she remained remarkably generous. Despite having no obligation to, she continued to financially support the entire Kwong family. She bought them a luxury flat for an estimated $9 million and provided them with a monthly allowance. The flat was even purchased in her ex-father-in-law's name to avoid taxes. Her generosity extended to her former brother-in-law, Anthony, whom she hired as her personal chauffeur. In December 2016, Abby married Chris Tam, and together they had 2 children. Chris was fully supportive of Abby's arrangements with the Kwong family, and everyone maintained a healthy relationship, even celebrating holidays and taking vacations together. Everything seemed fine until Choi decided to look into selling the $9 million flat that the Kwongs were living in. It was speculated that she wanted to boost her real estate portfolio. The Kwongs were unhappy with this decision, and they verbally fought with their former daughter-in-law about the issue. Although Choi told them she would relocate them and continue her financial support, they did not believe her intentions were genuine. The family who had relied on her for so long was now angry. On February 21st, 2023, Abby Choi disappeared on her way to pick up her daughter. Her husband, Chris Tam, reported her missing the next day. When investigators questioned the Kwong family, they were uncooperative and gave false leads. Police, however, used GPS data from Anthony Kwong's vehicle to trace it to a recently rented house belonging to Kao Kwong. On February 24th, officers entered the house to find a gruesome and premeditated crime scene. The house was lined with plastic sheeting and equipped with chainsaws and meat grinders. In 2 large soup pots, they found Abby's cooked head and ribs. Forensic doctors later confirmed the remains belonged to Abby Choi, concluding the cooking was done to destroy DNA evidence. The motive for the murder was believed to be a financial dispute over the flat Abby wanted to sell. Investigators determined that her ex-father-in-law was the mastermind. The plan was for Anthony Kwong to lure Abby into his car and for Alex Kwong to then get in and strangle her. On February 25th, Alex was arrested at a pier while attempting to flee by speedboat with a significant amount of cash and luxury watches. The Kwong family remained uncooperative with police, and Abby's arms and torso were never found. At their court hearing on February 27th, the public was outraged by the perpetrator's calm demeanor. Cao Kwong, Alex Kwong, and Anthony Kwong were all charged with murder and sentenced to life in prison. Alex's mother, Jenny Kwong, was charged with perverting the course of justice for her alleged role in destroying evidence. The case shook the nation, devastating Abby's family and friends. Because her remains were incomplete, her family used 3D printing services to reconstruct her face for the funeral, which was held in her favorite color, pink, at a reported cost of over $384,000. Abby left behind 4 children, and her husband, Chris Tam, vowed to care for all of them, expressing his gratitude for having known her. This is a case that has left many unanswered questions. If you have any details we might have missed or a different perspective, please let us know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest episodes. Check out our deep dive to learn more about Abby Choi's case. The link to the episode is in the description,